Good evening everyone and welcome to this month's webinar. I'm Veronica and I'm from the Australian office. Now this month we have a bit of a special treat for everyone and we've got a bit of a global theme or a global taste to the webinar. So I'll be joined on the couch this evening by people from the countries that Travel Counsellors operates in all over the world and you'll get to meet those later. But over the next 30 minutes we hope that you find out a little bit more about who Travel Counsellors are and why they're such a great company to join. So if we could just start off with a few fast facts so that you can learn a little bit more about the countries that we operate in and who we are. So what is a travel counsellor? So travel counsellors are independent home-based agents running their own businesses. So as I did mention, we are a global company and we do operate in 7 countries. These stats are a little bit old now, I think, but you get the picture. We're currently at over 1,000 travel counsellors working from our Manchester head office in the UK, 175 in the Netherlands and Belgium, 137 from our South African friends who are looked after from Cape Town. We're just over 140 now in Australia that are looked after from my home office in Melbourne. Our Irish TCs are numbered at 63 and in the UAE we have 45 in our Dubai that are looked after from our Dubai office. So that gives you a pretty good idea of how big we are as a company, over 1,500 travel professionals that work for us and right across the globe. But as I did say, we are joined tonight by some of my international colleagues. So I've currently got on the couch Bernie, Bianca and Holly. Hi everyone.
Hi.
So Bernie, let's start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do with the company?
Sure. My name is Bernie and I work in our Cork head office, which is the head office in Ireland, and we look after 63 travel counsellors there, as you mentioned. So part of my role is business development as well.
Yeah, so talk to us about what a business development coach is
Sure.
at Travel Counsellors.
So every travel counsellor around the world has a dedicated business travel executive and coach, where we work with our travel counsellors to help them build their business. So what we do is we help them find their business, we help them to build that business and for them to expand their business and grow their business.
Yeah, what about some other things? If they were wanting to specialise, can you help with things like that?
Sure. During our business development meetings, we would talk about different areas such as networking or marketing. And also maybe it would come up in conversation that a travel counsellor wanted to specialise in maybe cruise or maybe specialise in honeymoons. And then we would look at their market and how they could promote themselves around that and build that business up as well. So we work very closely and each of the business development meetings is unique to that travel counsellor as well, because some of our travel counsellors might be corporate, some might be corporate and leisure, or some might be more leisure. So that's what we would discuss during the meeting. That's
Perfect.
just a snippet of it.
Yeah, and it is a really personalised service, isn't it? So whatever that agent's business wants to be, you can work with.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Another area that we do find that comes up as well is training. So we have ongoing training with our travel counsellors, where in each of our countries we have what we call TC on tour, where our travel counsellors we go on the road and train our travel counsellors and keep everybody up to date from a technology point of view and product point of view. So it's great for our travel counsellors because they all get together as well.
Yeah,
so it's fabulous training and it's ongoing all the time as well.
Yeah, and it's also important to mention as well that although our agents are home-based, they're not alone. So we do also do a lot of stuff via webcam or webinars, as we would say.
Correct, yeah. We have our TCs, we have Skype for business. So it's really, really easy to contact your TCs regardless of where they are in any country. And we also use it for talking to the different head offices, or if you wanted to talk an Irish TC, wanted to get advice from Australian TC, they can easily Skype for business, which is all free and part of travel counsellors.
Perfect. That's a good segue actually when you talk about Skype for Business and other countries' agents being able to contact each other. So I'm just going to introduce Holly. Hi Holly, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you. How are you?
Good. If you could just tell everyone a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
So I'm Holly and I look after recruitment for Dubai. We've got currently 45 travel counsellors based in the UAE. So my role is really to introduce the organisation, whether it be people coming directly from the trade route, or it might be coming through academy or return to travel programme, and introduce them into travel counsellors and what we can offer. And for some people, the one big consideration can be, I'm working from home, am I going to feel isolated? And what we do really well at Travel Counsellors is set up through our systems and our technology that while they are independent and working from home, they really have got that external support from head office functions and also from the wider global team.
Yeah, perfect. And hello, Bianca, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
So if you could just introduce yourself, please.
Yes, of course, I'm Bianca and I'm from South Africa, the beautiful Cape Town office. In South Africa, we have a slightly different market than all the other countries, and it's more corporate, but we do cater for it all, corporate, leisure, groups, everything we do. I'm part of the recruitment team and also assist in the business development team. So yes, even though in each country it's a little bit different, we cater for everyone's needs.
Yeah, perfect. Now, can you ladies talk about some of the ways that that internationally TCs can speak with each other, so that they not only have a global network, not only have their networks within their own countries, but globally? So maybe touching on some of the message boards.
Yeah, so the international message boards is probably a really good example of that. So people may have come from a busy office environment or a big agency where they're used to being able to bat ideas or questions around the office. And with the message boards, you've got access to 1,500 travel counsellors worldwide. So you can go on really quickly, pop up a message, either looking for advice or a question, and within minutes, people from around the world will be coming forward with their ideas, their suggestions, sharing itineraries. And there's no cost for that. It's just about being part of that global family and that wider organisation.
Yeah, perfect. So I guess one way to understand that a little bit more is to actually show you what the message boards look like. I know sometimes we use terms and they don't make sense.
So if we jump into the message, we can see here that Jennifer has asked a question about that she hasn't been to Dubai. She was wondering what area you would recommend for a couple. And then another TC, Jane, has replied to her and given her advice. And then also Jennifer has come back to thank her for that. And then if we move on, Julie has also jumped back in and given some advice as well. And as you can see here, loads of people have viewed that, which is a great learning tool as well, because when you read those messages, you pick up ideas for yourself. Maybe another TC was thinking about Dubai as well, or talking about Dubai, and gets great information from those message boards. So I think we might have missed it at the start, so I'll just show you there again quickly that we have all the messages, the different message boards for all the different countries.
Definitely. And it's important to mention also that as you don't necessarily just need to write on your own country's message board, do you? You can jump to other countries for specific advice. I know that a lot of our Australian TCs go to South Africa, for instance, for specific knowledge about.
I had a TC come back with a very lovely email saying that, it's such a wonderful thing to be part of such a big family. She needed advice in Australia, and the TC immediately called her and everything was arranged for the client. So it's really, really good.
Yeah, it is. And it's also, I guess, to point out as well that obviously that was very destination-based knowledge. I know that on our Australian message boards we often get requests for hotel recommendations, or as in restaurant recommendations in Melbourne and things like that, which are something that can always add something to your client. But Holly, I think you've got a story for us as well about how the message boards go further than just product knowledge or help with the actual businesses and clients' itineraries.
Yeah.
It's about the support that we offer as a global family.
There was an example recently where one of our travel counsellors, who's based in Dubai, was travelling in Ireland on her holidays. She was there with her teenage son. And unfortunately, during a walk up a hill, she had a bit of a fall and she really injured herself and wasn't able to drive. Was really concerned about how she was going to get the hire car back to the airport and how she was going to cope because she was just there with a teenage son. And her buddy back in Dubai put a message on message boards to the Irish TCs. And within a couple of minutes, one of them called her on her mobile to see how they could help. They came, helped her get to the hospital, and actually ended up driving her and her family in the hire car back to Shannon Airport, which I think was about a 200-kilometre round trip. Someone that she'd never met before, but just someone who was part of that TC family and instantly wanted to help.
Yeah. So it's really about the global community, isn't it? And the support that you get not only from head office but from your fellow colleagues in lots of different ways. Now, one of the other information sharing points that we use is our video hub. So Bianca, did you want to talk to us a little bit about what that is and what or how that can help the travel counsellor?
Well, I guess like part of the webinars, we also have TCTV for our travel counsellors. It's a way of connecting with the TCs on a live basis to update them, but also training. And we also have, I think Bernie's going to show us what the video hub looks like.
So if I go back, our TCs can log in here and you can see all the videos and the TCTVs from around the world as well. You've probably heard about our Phoenix system, our amazing Phoenix system, where we have webinars on Phoenix updates every month as well. So our TCs can jump in there. If they've missed the live webinar, they can go back and watch that. We have so many channels on this as well. I absolutely love this tool. It's one of my favorites. So if a TC wants to check out anything on cruise, for example, we have our TCTV, which is all about cruise, where we have different suppliers who come into head office here and talk about the product and cruise product. So if you wanted to check out anything about Celebrity Cruises here, for example, or our recent Scenic Gold River Cruise, all of those where the suppliers talk about their products are all sitting there in the channels as well. So it's great from a learning point of view as well.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I guess it's really about the support, what you can see and how our systems work and how they operate. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me on the couch. I think we might disappear now, and we're going to be joined again by Kathy and Sandy. But before we do that, we're just going to play a little short video that's all about the support that Travel Counsellors offers.
We're over the moon you're considering a career as a travel counsellor and starting your journey towards a more rewarding future. On top of having greater freedom, flexibility and unlimited earning potential, you'll receive all the support you need from our dedicated departments. We'll help you grow your business and mentor you every step of the way. Our expert marketing team will create all of your advertising and even sort a website out for you. Technical problems? Don't worry, our IT department will sort that. And what's more, if there's a real emergency, you can speak to our 24-hour help desk. We never switch off. Plus, if your customers have difficulties, they can get in touch with our 24-hour duty office. Our devoted admin team will make sure all of your files and bookings are kept in order, and they'll even help take care of your customer ticketing requirements. Our accounts team makes sure your suppliers are paid on time, and your customers pay on time, so you get paid on time. Plus, our commercial team negotiate with thousands of suppliers, giving you access to the very best deals from around the world. And if you need to organise business travel, weddings or group travel, we'll help coordinate the logistics, so your job is a piece of cake. Basically, at Travel Counsellors, we care about our customers and you, and that's why we'll give you all the support you need to become a roaring success. Travel Counsellors. With us, it's personal.
Hi, my name's Kathy and I'm part of the UK recruitment team, and I'm joined on the sofa today by Sandy. Sandy is our operations manager. We have an absolute fantastic support team globally. We work in a wonderful industry. It's exciting, it's challenging, but very often there are things that do happen globally, be it things in countries, earthquakes, you name it. Equally, we have very often problems with suppliers. I'm sure you've seen in trade press or in the news the demise of some online suppliers. So Sandy and her team are here to work with our travel counsellors to resolve all of those situations. So, hello Sandy.
Hello Kathy.
Do you want to tell us just a little bit about your role and obviously how you support the travel counsellors?
Yeah. Okay. Well, hi everyone, I'm Sandy. I've worked for the company a long time like Kathy, and we have always provided out of hours support because one thing that hasn't changed is we've always cared a lot about our customers. But more recently, and especially since the company has grown massively globally, we recognised that we needed to do more. So last summer, we created a duty office team. There's 6 staff in that department at the moment, and they are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and they're actually sat at a desk waiting for the calls. So previously, where we were reactive, we have someone available constantly now globally. Sometimes because of the shifts, it does mean that there may only be one of them available at any one time, but that doesn't mean we can't support you, because what happens then is the calls trip over to Australia, and that's the benefit of having an office in Melbourne. We do really support each other. It's all hands on deck when we get a problem. And the duty office are there to support with any emergencies or in-resort issues. And that can be many things really. It can be from something simple like a transfer not being there waiting for your customer on arrival, or it could be the more major things. We've had sadly illnesses, issues in resort where people have to get home quickly. Occasionally we've had problems with hotels, the customer might not like it, things like that. They're on hand to help. And what's even better is if you place those bookings in our in-house system, which is called Phoenix, our emergency telephone number, the duty office telephone number, is on all of your customers' documents, so they have direct access to the duty office as well. They'll get straight through to an English-speaking member of staff who, like I said, has direct access to the systems. So there's none of this, I can't locate your booking, etc. They're straight on there and dealing with the issue straight away. They are also monitoring worldwide events. We get alerts from various foreign offices, alerts from various weather websites, BBC News, Sky News, and they do react to those kind of things. So,
because I'm right in saying that we've got the facility globally to pull a report, so if something happened in a country, we can pull a report of where all our passengers are at that time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? And then we contact the travel counsellor.
Yes,
to work
yeah.
with them.
So we're monitoring freak weather conditions constantly, volcanic ash, earthquakes, etc. And what we would do when we get the news, we would immediately run the report, which would return bookings globally for all countries. Our main priority at that point is people in resort, so they would be our priority, making contact with those travel counsellors to make sure our customers are safe and well. And then once we've done that, we would then look at our imminent departures. Is the airport closed? Are flights operating normally? Are there delays, etc.? And we communicate that globally.
Right. So also, if we perhaps know of a company that maybe is struggling, you're very good at preparing, so pulling together. We've got a crisis team here in the UK, and that crisis team, the role is to obviously get together to prepare for any eventuality.
Yeah, that's correct. And that's one thing I really love about this company is that when there is a crisis, that's when you get the true feel of what it's all about, because everybody really does come together. And an example of that would be a supplier failure. We've had a couple recently where we've had over 1,000 bookings globally. And yes, we run reports to identify how many bookings we've got. We split them per TC country, and our head office staff in each country are brilliant in supporting the crisis team in the UK in making sure our customers are looked after. So it's great, really is.
Excellent. So I think you can be safe in the knowledge that you've got a fabulous support team here for whatever eventuality. Everybody literally pulls together. It's all hands on deck, as we say. And I had a very, very valuable role in the last crisis. I did the Starbucks run. So,
That's
anyway,
important though, Kathy. It's really important.
It was really important.
Can I just add as well, we try to be proactive in a lot of areas in the duty office as well. So we get updates from all of our suppliers in Phoenix, and when I say updates, it's product updates. So if a hotel was closed for renovation, if a pool was closed, if a hotel had changed its name or anything like that, we're also running reports on the operational type things as well. And we try and be one step ahead, because we don't just run reports for our bookings made in our in-house system, we do it for every single booking. So if a travel counsellor did place a booking with a retail supplier and we learned that the pool was closed for 3 months, we'd still notify them even though it was a retail supplier. That duty of care extends to every booking for every customer.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. I really do hope you enjoyed the show. It's been wonderful having all my global colleagues here in Manchester to join in the webinar. We're going to finish with a slide. If you want to get in contact, some of you may well have spoken to someone in your relevant country previously, but if you haven't and you've got any questions or you'd like to receive a brochure, please feel free to call. We've got the email addresses and the telephone numbers for all the relevant offices. So once again, thank you, and we hope to speak to you soon.